Good morning. Welcome to our 10:30 kids story time. I've got a hat on. It's a little different. And I'll let you look at it really close. It's got a bear on it, and it says Bass Pro Shops. I mean, if you were with your dad and you went to the Bass Pro Shop and you saw a hat like that, you might ask for that hat. Wow, Dad, can I have that hat? Can you buy me that hat? And sometimes maybe Dad will buy you something like that. Maybe sometimes Dad says, no, I'm not buying that. And maybe you're all sad. And the Bible's got something to say about everything. And there are some verses I'm going to read to you in just a minute about what we ask for. And God says in His Word, He knows what we have need of. There's a difference between what you need and what you want. You might want this hat, but do you need that hat? You might have 20 hats already at your house. And so if you've got 20 hats, you really don't need another hat. But you want that hat. And see, God knows the difference between what we want and what we need. And so when we adjust our prayers so that they match up with what God knows we need, God loves to give us the things we need. We ask for the things we need. You need some food and water, some clothes. Doesn't have to be fancy clothes. And so here, I'm going to read you a couple verses. This is Jesus speaking. And in Matthew 7, Jesus said, "For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened." Jesus is speaking, talking about someone praying and asking God, His Father, for things that they need. And it says, "What man is there of you, whom if his son ask bread, will he give him a stone?" I mean, imagine you get up this morning and you say, I'm really hungry. Dad, how about give me one of those rolls over there? And so you sit down at the table and your dad, he brings a plate over and you look at her on the plate, and instead of a roll, he put a rock on your plate. You'd say, no, my dad wouldn't do that. And that's what Jesus is saying. No, a real dad wouldn't do that. If he did it, he was just be joking. But he really wouldn't give his son just a stone when he knew his son needed something to eat. Or the next verse says, or if he asked for a fish, would give him a snake. So, I mean, if you're hungry and it's lunchtime and you'd say, "Hey, Dad, how about a fish sandwich?" And when he brings the plate over to you, there's a snake sitting in the middle of the plate. You jump back. Whoa, that's not what I asked for, Dad. And that's what Jesus is making a point. He says that, what dad, what father among you would treat his children that way? That wouldn't happen. And so that's not how God is. When we ask God for something we need, but see, sometimes we don't ask God for what we need. We ask Him for what we want. I want a new car. I want a new truck. I want a new four-wheeler. I want new fancy clothes. I want shiny new jewelry. Those are all things we want. But how about if we prayed for things that we needed? Like, God, I need a good friend that'll help me live for you. If you'd give me a friend that is living for you and they would help me live for you, that's what I need. God, He's a good Father. He'd hear that prayer and He'd say, you do need that. He'd give you that. Or if you said, Lord, I worry so much. I need your peace. I need you to give me your peace. Can you give me your peace? God will say, you need that. I'll give you some of my peace. Or maybe you say, Lord, I don't make very wise choices. I know I mess up in my life all the time. It's just like I do the wrong thing. I choose the wrong thing, and I need your wisdom. I need your smarts. God will say, oh, you need that. I give you some of that. Or, God, I just have a bad attitude. I need you to give me a better attitude. I need a good attitude. God will say, oh, you need that. I'll help you with that. If you pray and ask God for the things we really need. Maybe you need a work attitude. God, I've been avoiding it. When it comes to work, I make any excuse in the book just to get out of it. And I need you to help me. I need to become a better worker. God will say, oh, you need that. And he'll help you with that. God, I need to know, I wish I knew more about you. Could you teach me more about you? Can you give me more knowledge about who you are? God will say, oh, you need that. But see, so many times we only ask for the things we want. And if we got everything we ever wanted, we'd be so spoiled. Man, if you got fancy clothes and that shiny jewelry, you'd put all that on and you probably would prance around and have your nose up in the air. And you'd be driving that new car and you'd be thinking you're so much better than all your other friends. And you'd ditch all them and mistreat people. God knows that. God doesn't want to see you turn out like that. So he's not going to give you those things that'll harm you. God is a loving Father. If you ask for a nice hot roll, he's not going to give you a stone. If you ask for a fish, he's not going to give you a snake. God knows what you have need of. And if you ask, if you knock at the door and say, God, I need help, God will help us with what we need. So, the next time you pray, before you start asking and listing all your things on a list, like your Christmas list, stop and say, what kind of things am I asking for? Are these the things I need or the things I want? Have a good day.